You always say, I want to be the Amazon of talent. Talk about the passport that the students
So
get.
the passport's very interesting. The passport's the next generation resume and transcript. And, we all know that most people get creative on their resumes. We also know that the transcript, which is not creative and factual, 100% factual, does not translate to skills. So the two mechanisms we have in the world today to evaluate the world of work, of talent and resources, one is somewhat accurate and the other doesn't translate to the kind of language you need to figure out what you need. So we basically are working with data that it's not accurate at all. Now, if I was going to make a deposit in your bank account, I'm sure you would want to make sure I got the right account number.
Yes.
What if that account number wasn't right exactly by one digit?
Right.
That's what we got out there right now. So we're trying to guess. We're trying to figure out accuracy. So iQ4s, we call it the skills, passport, because we wanted to take the guesswork out. We wanted to validate the data. We wanted to credential the data. We wanted to build those credentials, not just with data that's available in the market that's accurate, but data that nobody's really kind of aggregated before. And we wanted to, and we've done all of the above. And what we also wanted to do was build this next generation, what we call digital persona, in a way that captures lifelong learning. So at the end of the day, call it whatever you'd like, we needed to come up with a way to aggregate and showcase what you've learned through your journey of learning. And that means how well you have performed in skills, how well have you developed those skills over time. I certainly didn't know anything about computers or the technology industry when I was in high school.
Right.
I didn't want to tell you what I was doing in high school at the time. I certainly wasn't close to technology. In fact, I don't think I got into technology until I just about graduated college. Right. Back when I went, there wasn't a lot of technology. But so how does one develop over time? Progression. How does that translate to pathways, really clear pathways where I could go in my life with the skills I have? Forget the job titles. I remembered I got fired once. I got fired actually a couple of times. That's what happens when you get disruptive guys in big companies. They don't like that, right? So you're out of here. So, but I remembered looking for jobs, talking to recruiters. Now, let's say I had 20 years behind me, right, in tech and doing startups and stuff. You know what they would ask me? What kind of experience do I have? I'm like looking at them going, are you really serious? I'm taking, company public and blah, 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 and I'm a maven in tech. Yeah, but I want to know if you really know underwater basket weaving in technology, So it got to a point where our world has been now evolving around such specific job role titles to get a job. Yeah. They've lost the picture of the talent and they've been focused on what's on your business card, okay? Right. A business card has nothing to do with my ability. All it does is it has some kind of description of what they think my ability is, right? So not to get too deep in this, but I think that, it's really key on the pathways to understand the skills. And Jamie Dimon, the chairman and CEO of JP Morgan Chase says, it's no longer the title that matters, it's the skills. It's no longer the diplomas that matter, it's the skills, right? Mm-hmm. And then potential. Right? What's the potential of you succeeding once you've gone through all of this progression and learning these skills? And then does it fit the purpose? I read as much as I can of our students. We have thousands of students, so it's really hard for me to get to all of their comments. But we started a new question in the beginning of the class, which is, what is it that you want to do in your life? Mm-hmm. What do you want to be? And and why does the cybersecurity course, how is that influencing this? Why did you pick cybersecurity? What do you want to do? And how does this play a role? Right. And I am blown away by the responses that we get from these young people. I am so happy we're doing this because it's what they want. I had just read one the other night, because I want to be able to give back to society in a way that I can't contribute just myself, but the greater good, right? That's purpose. So what I just provided was the 5 Ps, right? Performance, progression, pathways, potential, purpose. And to us, this record, this digital persona of the future has to capture that. And then imagine if it's validated, if it's got the credentials, and if you could actually download it from, the cloud in a barcode type of, data visualization,
Right.
and look at that data in a way you've never been able to look at before, like a hologram.
Yeah.
Right. It's unprecedented, but it's also basically how you use technology. Right.
Right.
And we haven't done that yet with our people.
Right.